So within this book there's numerous case studies which are based on cases that I've either been involved with or I've got personal knowledge of. So here's one case study which I'm going to read to you. So this is looking at the issue of consent. A driver is breathalyzed at the roadside and provides a positive reading. They also provide a positive drug wipe, which sends them into an extreme panic as they plead they have never had drugs in their life and they must have been spiked. Now that fact is later confirmed in that no drugs were in their system and it was a false positive. They develop chest pains en route to custody, which they believe may be a heart attack from a drug spike. Officers ignore this claim and proceed to police custody. So bear in mind here, if we've got a person who's never had any negative involvement with the police in their life, they're now potentially thinking that they've been spiked with a drug. So at the custody unit, the detainee is considered medically unfit for their rights and entitlements due to the extreme distress they are exhibiting, and the healthcare professional, HCP, is called and attends immediately. The custody sergeant states that an ambulance should be called by the HCP and the hospital procedure commenced. A conversation is held between the PC and the HCP, who decide that they will get the blood specimen at police custody before the detainee goes to hospital. The custody sergeant is not part of that conversation. So the ambulance crew arrive, who agree the detainee needs to go to hospital as, although they consider it to be an extreme panic attack, they cannot rule out a heart attack, especially if drugs are involved, and at this point we don't know that it's a false positive, so everyone's still working on the assumption that there might be Class A drugs within the person. The detainee is overtly distressed and stating they fear they will die unless they get to hospital. The HCP and PC inform the detainee that they can only leave police custody when they have provided a blood specimen. Now the custody sergeant is oblivious to these conversations. The detainee does provide the blood specimen without first having received his rights and entitlements, and post-procedure he is then given his rights and entitlements. He is then bailed and dispatched to hospital in the ambulance with blue lights. So thinking about this, and again this is a true example, what would you consider to be wrong with this scenario, and how might the defence build their case around that? So some issues to consider here then would be the procedure should not be conducted by the HCP unless the custody sergeant has authorised detention and the detainee is fit to undergo the procedure. The rights and entitlements were not given to the detainee before the procedure commenced, which they should have been, as the PC and HCP treat the specimens as a standard procedure. Was consent valid? If a detainee believes they may be having a heart attack and they are being told that they can only leave if they provide a specimen, is this true consent? The blood specimen was obtained at the custody unit without the custody sergeant's knowledge. The blood specimen was obtained at the custody unit as the PC did not know how to conduct a hospital procedure. So consider what takes priority: preservation of life in a medical emergency or obtaining an evidential specimen. In this scenario, you could mount a defence to have the specimen excluded due to the procedural errors. A safe prosecution could have been achieved by the detainee being dispatched to hospital, letting the possible medical emergency take priority, and en route arrange for the hospital procedure to be conducted. A small delay at that time would have ensured a safe prosecution. Thank you.